UFC don't pay their fighters well enough. What is your view on that?
I mean, athletes are always looking for more money.
Agreed,
Yeah.
I get that, but there's a difference between asking for more money and actually being paid what you're worth.
Yeah, I think that if you're risking your health, you should get paid the absolute maximum possible, is what I think. There's so many times, like throughout the years, where money's not even come into the equation for me because I'm just so hungry to fight that that's what I want to do.
But now you got to look after your family, you got to look after your future.
Exactly. Especially, it's difficult because for fighters, there's only one place to go, really, if you want to be the best in the world, and that's the UFC. I would like everyone to get paid as much as possible.
Something is starting to feel seriously weird about Tom Aspinall's UFC career because the heavyweight champion is apparently healthy. He's training again. He's telling everybody he'll fight wherever the UFC wants him to fight.
Listen, let the UFC know that we're ready to go, and we're just waiting for dates. We told them we can do it in Paris, we told them we can do it wherever they want. So we're just waiting for them to let us know. In the gym, smashing.
We will be with you the week after. We'll come and film a bit of a sesh.
Yeah.
Got the boys back in time, so we'll keep people updated. But as we say, the UFC, we're waiting on them.
Yeah, I'm waiting on them. Jones fought was to prove that I'm the best. That's it. All I wanted to do it for was
who's the best.
Just prove I was the best.
Jon Jones is probably widely known as the greatest mixed martial artist ever.
It wasn't about money, it wasn't about nothing. I just wanted to fight the best ever. But I didn't get the chance.
He's actively chased him non-stop, and he's at the point, I'm begging for this fight, just please give me this fight.
I know he definitely got offered the 30 million for it, but for whatever reason he didn't take it.
You know, but part of this process is I've been able to read those contracts, and I've been able to talk to him about the purses that he's received. You know, take me back 4 or 5 fights. And the reality is that when he was headlining in front of 20,000 on pay-per-view, he was receiving probably half the amount of money that I would pay a boxer for a British title fight at York Hall, Bethnal Green in front of 1,200 people. And I was absolutely baffled and astonished. Now, obviously, as he's gone on, those purses have increased, but still to a level that I feel is completely unfair.
And, you know, eyes are so tricky. You never know. Like, unless you're a fucking complete psychopath like Michael Bisping, who fought 11 fights in the UFC blind in one eye, which is so crazy that he did that. Do you know what he did, that crazy motherfucker?
What did he do?
He memorized the eye chart.
Like,
he memorized it so that he could they could cover his left eye.
oh my God.
And he could just...
So whenever he went to do an eye exam,
exactly.
he knew the letters.
They would say, all right, read the third chart. And he would say, A, B, C, D, E. He knew what the letters were.
Oh, he's smart.
He's crazy.
Oh,
he
he's smart.
couldn't fucking see out of one of his eyes and still fought world-class fighters.
So,
I think 11 fights he had, only being able to see out of one eye.
yeah, I'm not really sure how to engage with the eye talk on Tom Aspinall, but I think he's a fantastic fighter. I think Gane.
What do you
is
mean
really
by engage with the eye talk?
You know, I feel like getting poked in the eye sucks, and I just don't know how he feels that he got.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not.
We don't know what he was experiencing during
Yeah,
the fight.
and nobody ever knows. But you know, critics gonna go online and say X, Y, and Z. But I'm just gonna stand in the middle ground. I think Tom's a fantastic fighter.
And yet somehow, we're still asking the same question we've been asking for months. When is Tom Aspinall actually coming back? And you can understand why Tom might be getting impatient, because this guy has somehow spent a ridiculous amount of his prime waiting for things that weren't really his fault.
Remember what I said quite a while ago now? I will retire Jon Jones without even fighting him. That's something that I said. And Jon, let's do it. If you want to do it, you don't have to ask me twice. If not, I'll fight somebody else for the undisputed belt. Happy to fight anybody, anytime, anywhere, doesn't matter, I'm ready to go.
A lot of things happen behind closed door, right? Obviously, you've been out, spoken about, like, you want to fight Jon Jones. Yeah. Obviously, Jones trying to get his, whatever he's got going on together. This is the only sport in the world that I know of that you can have somebody hold your career back.
Yep.
Meaning that, like, hey, we have a healthy champion, has shown a little bit of interest to fight you, not really a lot of interest to fight you, but you can't fight because you're like, I'm just trying to fight, but it's not happening. I guess speak on that. Like, how frustrating is it, you know, for you? Your dad is like, guys, can we just get a fucking fight? Because it's not like you're getting younger. You're only going to get older, right?
Yeah, sure.
I'm quite lucky in that regard because I don't feel like I have a lot of miles on the clock, and the 32 is quite young for a heavyweight.
Yeah,
so,
you're getting right in your prime.
I would definitely fight if I could.
Tom Aspinall, you don't really see that anywhere full stop, but definitely not in the heavyweight division.
No heavyweight moves like him.
No one moves out there, man.
He moves like a 185er.
It's crazy.
It's nuts.
But that's crazy.
Crazy speed for a heavyweight.
Crazy speed.
And that's why
A lot of people are talking shit about Tom, but he apparently still can't see. Here's the thing. The other eye got hurt as well, but not as bad, but it looks way worse. The finger goes way deeper in the other eye.
And you know, it's crazy that everyone that talks the most has never been poked in the eye. Not even a little bit, like accidentally.
He waited through the entire Jon Jones situation, finally became undisputed champion, got Ciryl Gane in front of him, and then just minutes into the fight he gets poked in the eyes, can't continue, eventually needs surgery, and suddenly another chunk of his career disappears. Now Tom is approaching 33, and although that's hardly ancient for a heavyweight, the clock doesn't exactly start moving backwards. He's basically told the UFC he'll fight Gane wherever they want, even mentioning the possibility of walking straight into enemy territory and doing it in Paris. And the message coming from Tom's side seems pretty obvious at this point. Just give me the bloody fight. But here's where things get interesting, because there might eventually be another option. Aspinall has been getting increasingly connected with Eddie Hearn and the boxing world. He's openly discussed how ridiculous the money can become at the top level of boxing. And while Tom has made it clear that he still has things he wants to accomplish inside the UFC, you have to wonder how long that lasts if he keeps spending his prime on the sidelines.
And a number of guys do just the opposite. They've gone in the suit and they've tried to get their own brand out and they get a check on the way out the door. And I just personally don't agree with it. It's not that somebody told me over at Fox, ESPN, or now Paramount not to do that. Just telling you it's my code and I don't do that. But I got put in a very difficult situation. I got put in a situation of simply being asked, is Tom gonna fight again? And I would like an answer to that. I don't know the answer to that. I sure think so. I sure hope so. I find that coming out of my mouth. I can follow the golden rule in life. Put yourself in somebody else's shoes. How would you act or how would you want to be treated? And if I was in Tom's shoes, right? The golden rule, Tom's got a family, by the way. Tom's got a wife, right? His dad's in his corner. Tom's got a pretty good circle. And Tom fighting and staying active is a family tradition.
Well, listen, I hope Tom gets back in because, again, we don't know really what's going on with his eye. And for all the critics, you need to know this, the right eye, that's the problem. But if you look at when he fought, his left eye, the finger went deeper in his left eye than it did his right eye. So if you think he's faking it, he was knuckle deep in that fucking left eye.
He was all up in that eye.
Yeah, I mean, it's horrible to see.
Ciryl, they're talking September. I don't think Paul will be there. We called the September. I'm just saying, if they change it and they make it Ciryl Gane versus Tom Aspinall, and me and you get the boot, and they bring in DC and John Anik after
I'm gonna be pissed.
I'll be pissed, man.
I will be pissed, but it's probably gonna happen. It's probably gonna happen. Let's be honest. One of us, probably me, is getting.
I'll throw an Alex Pereira. I will. I'll complain.
So wait, he wants to fight. He wants to fight in Paris. You're saying?
Ciryl Gane said on the microphone, I believe, or maybe afterwards, whatever. He said in an interview.
No, he said it in the cage. I want to fight in Paris in September. I'm ready.
Yeah, and Tom Aspinall responded to, yeah, I'm ready. I'm training. I'm good to go. I'll fight you in September. I mean, that'd be, and also because it's not as unbelievable or unachievable as what it previously was. Because now there's no pay-per-view.
I think let the UFC know that we're ready to go. Just waiting for dates. Which so we're in Paris, we can for a bit wherever they want. So we're just waiting for them to let us know. I'm in the gym, smashing it.
We will be with you the week after. We'll come and film a bit of a sesh.
Yeah.
Got the boys back in town, so we'll keep people updated. But as we say, the UFC, we're waiting on them.
Yeah, I'm waiting on them.
Because imagine another year goes by like this. Tom turns 34, maybe 35, he's had another 1 or 2 UFC fights, and then somebody turns up offering him an absolutely stupid amount of money to box Francis Ngannou or another heavyweight name. Suddenly that conversation gets very different. For now though, there's really no reason to overcomplicate things, because Ciryl Gane is sitting right there. Their first fight answered absolutely nothing. Gane showed enough in those opening minutes to make people genuinely curious about the rematch. rematch, and Tom now has the added motivation of wanting to erase one of the strangest nights of his entire career. And that's why Aspinall versus Gane 2 could actually be much bigger than the first fight. This isn't just champion versus challenger anymore. You've got the eye poke controversy, Tom's injury, all the people who questioned whether he wanted to continue, and the uncomfortable fact that Gane actually looked pretty good before everything went wrong. If Tom comes back and absolutely smashes him, brilliant. Controversy over, title reign finally moving, and we can start talking about Aspinall actually building a heavyweight legacy. But if Gane beats him, then those first few minutes of the original fight suddenly become very interesting again. And that's what makes this whole situation frustrating. Tom doesn't need another 6 months of talking, rumors, and wondering what the UFC is planning. He's already lost enough time. He's healthy. He's telling them he's ready. Ciryl Gane is there. And if the UFC waits around for much longer, don't be surprised if Tom Aspinall eventually starts looking at that boxing money and thinking, maybe waiting around isn't worth it anymore.